Right, 8 December 2023, and today I bring you yet another very, very important update. This is going to be one of the most important days in Zimbabwe's politics today, Friday, the 8th of December 2023. Things are going to move very, very fast. And you remember what I said during the week, that this week was going to be the most important week for Nelson Chamisa. This is because what has happened is basically a coup. What has happened in the CCC is a coup, and the coup is led by ED. ED has gone rogue. I've been telling people that what is happening in Zimbabwe has never happened anywhere, where a person that is not known comes and recalls all the MPs of a political party. The impact of what has happened now is going to be felt for a very, very long time. And I don't think people like ED understand what they're doing now. It's extremely, extremely strange and rare what is happening in Zimbabwe, because they are basically removing a democratically elected group of MPs and replacing them with their own people. And even Mugabe at his worst, he never did what ED is doing now. Mugabe never tampered with the MPs of the opposition, but he was rogue. He was just as rogue as ED. But now it's worse because ED is going to the next level. So what is going to happen now is today at maybe midday or just before midday, Chamisa and his party, they're going to issue a statement on what has happened. And my view is that, and obviously I don't have the statement of what they're going to say, but they are forced. There's no question about it. They're forced to announce a new party name because there are a bunch of other elections coming. On the 3rd of February 2024, there will be 6 by-elections, and Chamisa has basically lost everything. He has lost the party name, he has lost the money from the political party funding, and he has lost the proportional representatives, MPs. So what is left now is a crisis. There's a crisis in parliament, there's a crisis in Senate, and there's a crisis in the CCC, because now Chamisa has to deal with Sengezo Chavangu, and Chavangu is not in the CCC. So you have to understand this. There is no way where Chavangu sits with Chamisa or sits with Ostalos or sits with Mahere. They don't have such a thing. So you basically have the decimation of the CCC, but there's no way they meet. However, the parliamentary caucus of the CCC now has to report to Chavangu. If they don't report, we will recall them. I've said this to you. If anyone just does one thing against Chavangu, Chavangu is going to write a letter to parliament and call them back. So what is left is for Chamisa to announce the new party name, which will be contesting in less than 30 days. They have to contest this election, because if they don't contest, they're opening up the space for Chavangu's people. And ZANU-PF has basically made a plan. They know that people need an alternative, so they removed Chamisa and the official opposition, and then they created their own opposition. If Chamisa says he's going to boycott something, they'll just put that guy there, and people will be forced to vote on that place. The people won't vote for independence. They are behind Chamisa. So whoever is going to be voted for has to be behind Chamisa. But also Chamisa cannot operate without a political party. It makes him look not serious regionally. And so the thing that is going to happen today is very defining. You're going to see it when the announcement comes out today. I am predicting that Chamisa is going to announce a new political name and a new political outfit today. Not even in the future. Today he has to announce what he's going to be running as, what his MPs are going to be contesting under. And this is not difficult. It's just a matter of agreeing on a name or a variation of a name, but it can be CCC, because the moment you use the word CCC, MDC, all those names, they're already taken, and that won't work. So that is basically what we were anticipating today at around midday or just before midday, that announcement or that press statement by the CCCC. I'm expecting Chamisa himself to come out and speak and say what is happening, what is going to be the next steps. Then obviously everything is going very quiet. The newspaper, the press in Zimbabwe is very, very quiet. There's nothing happening except for this issue that we're dealing with here. And as I said, I've already put the full judgment on gambako.com. If you don't see it, you just go into our search function and type Chabangu. It will come up. It will be the first judgment. You see the full judgment. I've put the PDF there. You just go on the website and type Chabangu. So let me show you, because our website is a bit difficult to navigate sometimes. I appreciate that. So if you go in there, you got the search functionality. So let me share this with you. And you see the full judgment by the judges. And there's no reason. So as soon as I get the reasons, I'm going to show you what is the reason why they barred Chamisa's MPs. So let's look here. That's gambako.com. You go here, you can see that this yesterday's page is here, but there are new pages. So you go in the search. There is a search there. You see that little button, there is a search on top of the green shoe. And you type Chabangu. I've asked the hosting company to sort out this issue. And then if you type Chabangu and you press enter, then it will obviously show you all the stories to do Chabangu. You see my face there. You see that one where my face is. You click there and you see the full judgment here. This is the full judgment. High Court of Zimbabwe, case number HCH 7543-23. So that is on gambako.com. You're going to see that case. And then you come to the bottom here. You'll see where it says page 1 to 3. You click at the bottom and it will scroll through. So you'll be able to scroll through the judgment. So if you are able now, you can go to gambako.com and you'll see all the full judgment. There's everything, all the information is here about what the judges said yesterday. So please go and have a look. It's important for you to understand what is happening. Then obviously the other stories that are taking place that are very, very important, that I can also take you through, but this is the most important. Around 12 o'clock today, Chamisa is going to be speaking, and I anticipate that he's going to announce the new party name. The party, Chamisa has to have a formal party, and this has to happen today or this week. There is no way they can delay, because the elections on the 3rd. Nominations is very soon. I think within the next week or so, we've got a nomination going on for the new MPs. So Chamisa has to start rebuilding, but he has basically lost millions and millions to Chabangu, who is going to be controlling the CCC. And also, we will see what the other MPs do. What are they going to do? Are they going to accept to move to Chamisa? Can we create a crisis by removing everyone to step down? This is a possibility. If every CCC member of parliament, of senate, of council around the country steps down, that will be a crisis for ED to deal with. And I hope Chamisa will be able to organize something like that. So that's option 1. Get everyone to step down today, to resign as an MP, to resign as a councillor, to resign as a senator. And alternatively, form a new party and grind to 2028. But if Chamisa could make that announcement to say everyone who was under the CCC ticket step down, that is another option. But I don't know if that is possible. Now, let's look at the trending stories on Gambako. There's a socialite called Violet Onamemba who is in China. She is very, very sick in hospital. And apparently she either attempted to kill herself or she had food poison. So you can go and have a look at that story. That's a story on Gambako. And obviously it's very, very slow now. The UK has introduced new rules for immigrations by Zimbabweans. You're no longer allowed to take a family. And there's Chabangu there speaking. And the wife of Kondi Mhlanga has died. You know, Condoleezza Rice, the most popular guy who died last year, who was also a councillor, and she's called Mangwabi. She passed away this week. So sad situation there in Bulawayo. Right. So basically, this is where we are. And obviously, I forgot to tell you, Makandiwa's house. Makandiwa is going to be in a lot of trouble with ZANU-PF. You will see very, very soon he has to flee Zimbabwe because he's just, remember they tried to take him out 2 years ago. So now he's openly challenged ZANU-PF, and let's see what happens to Makandiwa. Then there's a lot happening, but it's happening slowly because we're in December. This thing that is going to happen with Chamisa today. The CCC is the biggest thing that you've ever seen. Zimbabwe politics is going to be shaped this week. The decisions that Chamisa makes this week, they're going to shape the future of Zimbabwean politics. If I was Chamisa, I've said this before, I would just ask all my people to step down. Let's have a new, fresh general election. Because once that happens, then ZANU-PF cannot just pick the people and put them there. We're going to have a fresh general election, basically. And the problem is, where we're going, it's not going to be simple. The observers are not there. Time to prepare is not there. Time to go to campaigning is not there. And this is crazy. This is crazy what is happening in Zimbabwe. Mnangagwa has gone rogue, totally rogue. Like, I've never seen anything like this in any country. And people now need to make another plan. The politics of voting is not working in Zimbabwe under ED. ED he came in a wolf in a sheep's skin. He came and deceived the Zimbabweans, but he brought something worse than Mugabe. No one is going to benefit from this thing, not even people in ZANU-PF. And eventually people are going to start to die. This is what is going to happen. Instability starts this way. Someone disobeys the current existing structures. Someone continues to push people, and eventually you're going to see what is going to happen. Someone else is going to take things into their own hands. Now let's look at the comments. Mnangagwa is evil to the core. Evil, man. Let's go to the next. We don't want the new party. Finals Gumbo, you got no choice. The party is gone. CCC is gone. It's taken by Chabangu. In court, Chabangu has won every court case. He is now the interim secretary general of CCC. That's basically the law. You look at yesterday's judgment, you will see what is going to happen, what is in that judgment. They cannot contest under CCC. They cannot contest as independents. They cannot say they were candidates. Do you get it? This is basically it. Chamisa is not going to be able to. The moment he does anything else under CCC, Chabangu is going to be on top of him. And this is going to be a terrible, terrible situation. We have lost some of the best MPs because of this judgment. They will never be MPs again, because someone else is going to be elected this weekend. So Chabangu has basically taken over the CCC. He can do what he likes. But that alternative I gave you is Chamisa must ask everyone to resign. Everyone loves Chamisa. There's nobody in the CCC who was elected under Chamisa who doesn't love Chamisa. If Chamisa gives the word today to say, everyone step down, let ED run his thing. Remember when I said this? During the announcement of the results, I said this thing. Don't play with these guys. Eventually, they're going to take you on the street and shoot you on the road in front of everyone. If you keep playing with these guys, they're going deeper and deeper into this thing. They're becoming more and more brave. They know no one is going to do anything. So if you don't bring this thing to an end now, you'll see what is going to happen. They will do something that you've never seen. Right, Elvis, it's better to have a new party name. I think the new party name to me is second, but stepping down en masse is first. Then everything else will follow. Right. Then let's look at ambiguity, strategic ambiguity, where everything started. Strategic ambiguity. Do you guys remember the day Chamisa spoke about strategic ambiguity? Let's see what he said.
Our biggest thing is what we call this strategic ambiguity, the doctrine of making sure that the enemy doesn't know what we are doing. Siyahamba nyovani, siyangena nyovani, backwards, but we're going to make it.
That was the day when strategic ambiguity was announced. I always watch this video. And where we are going, it's not going to be easy, guys. I want to tell you this. It's going to be extremely difficult. This year that we're going to, 2024, is going to be one of the most difficult years in the history of Zimbabwe for everyone. Because when things start to collapse, people are going to beg for normalcy. This is what we call instability. When you see things like this happening, this is the beginning of instability in the country. And it's going to be extremely, extremely difficult for everyone. Right. Most ordinary people don't follow politics. They will definitely lose faith in Chamisa. He needs structures because ZANU-PF is clever. I agree on structures. Chamisa needs to get a proper set of people. But these people mustn't be in Zimbabwe. This must be an international party. So what I would suggest for Chamisa is base your party internationally. Don't do these things that require people who are local. We've got millions of Zimbabweans who are capable in the diaspora. You need a more broad-based political party because the politics of voting is not working. It's not about elections anymore. Elections don't work in Zimbabwe because the moment your people get voted, ED will remove them. So it's not possible to just rely on elections. There's now a need for something else. And this is more international pressure. For the first time, Chamisa has got documents that show that the election was rigged. There is no opposition leader in Zimbabwe who has ever had documents the way that Chamisa has got. There is consensus among all the observers that the elections was rigged. And there's now consensus that what ED is doing now, recalling Chamisa's MPs and decimating the opposition, is a pattern. Is a pattern. He did it with Monzora. Now he's doing it with Shabangu. So it's a pattern. So the election won't help anything. So Chamisa has to do a new thing. And I agree. Everyone here is agreed. Must withdraw, but a new political party. There needs to be a new political party, which obviously Chamisa can't be out of Zimbabwe politics. He must be operating under something. So he must still have a new political party. CCC is now a brand that is, it's no longer a brand after what Chamisa and Chamangu did. Right now, people are going to be depositing money into Chamangu's bank account. Parliament is depositing money in Chamangu's bank account. And there's need for a new thing. Right, so I think we're done for today. I've given you more news. And obviously, we're slowing down until Christmas. But this story, we have to keep following it. So around midday, I'll be back. Then we'll see what Chamisa would have said. So keep watching on the official CCC platforms and see what Chamisa is going to say today, or whoever is going to be speaking on behalf of the CC. Because remember, the CC has to sit and make a decision before they come out. That's why they couldn't just come out yesterday and speak. But a new party name is coming. A potential mass resignation by a CCC representative is also a possibility. So we'll look very, very closely to what is going to happen, because everything has to happen before the next nomination, which is, I think, in a week. So ED has announced 3 February as the election day and December 18 on the nomination court. So December 18 is Monday, that the next Monday, which means Chamisa must have a decision by that day, either a new political party name or en masse resignation. He can't have nothing. It has to be 2 of those. Right. Thank you very much, everybody. And I'm very, very I'm very, very happy with what has been happening now. And obviously, 2024 is going to be a big year, very, very big. You're going to see a lot happening. My prediction is that most people that you know in politics this year, they will not be there by December 2024. We are going to see something very, very big in 2024. So thank you very much for watching. Good morning to you all, and I'll see you again shortly.